could change. We do have a flash flood warning. Look at this entire large green area. Even though the rain has ended in Fort Yates, the prospects for flash flooding continue here. Do keep that in mind. Flash flood warning here continues until 8 o'clock Mountain Daylight Time. I'm going to go check our printer. It's giving us live information here. Bear with me for a second. And I've got a couple of reports I want to pass along here as you look at this wide perspective of radar. At 2:29, a tornado 5 miles southeast of Fort Yates. That was confirmed. Again, at 2:29, tornado 5 miles southeast of Fort Yates in Emmons County by an Emmons County storm chaser. Storm chaser reports tornado location estimated based on a radar. In addition, I got another report here I want to pass along here. Let me just get to it real quick. And that was a tornado at 2:22, 4 miles east-southeast of Cannonball. And again, that was reported by an Emmons County storm chaser. Large tornado was on the ground. This is a while ago now, during the 2 o'clock hour, 2:22. Storm chaser reported a large tornado on the ground. Also reports of damage to a barn. Location estimated based on radar. Again, that was 4 miles east-southeast of Cannonball. In this new report at 2:29, again, this is a while ago now, 5 miles southeast of Fort Yates. And that was at, again, 2:29 by an Emmons County storm chaser. And once again, we have this tornado warning, not for the Bismarck-Mandan area, but for Emmons County. I'm going to zoom in on that here. And again, this does include Manoken. Tornado warning until 3:45 Central Daylight Time. At 3:13, so we're going on less than 10 minutes ago here, there is the prospect for a tornado given the circulation here, 9 miles southeast of Lincoln or 13 miles southeast of Bismarck, again moving north at 20 miles per hour. At this moment, there's not an imminent threat for a tornado in the Bismarck-Mandan area, not the higher population area, but again, toward south central Burleigh County, there is this tornado warning because we have had multiple reports of tornadoes, as mentioned, and sirens are going off east of Bismarck right now. And again, rightfully so. Meteorologist Jacob Morris is here covering as well. Sirens going off east of Bismarck because of this tornado warning, not for Bismarck, not for Mandan, but for south central Burleigh County until 3:45. I'm going to put motion on this, and again, where you see the colors kind of coming together with the greens and then the reds and the yellows. I don't see a real distinct circulation with this, but again, earlier during the 2 o'clock hour, there was that confirmed tornado. So that's why, again, the Weather Service is keeping these tornado warnings going. So at 2:22, we had that tornado 4 miles east-southeast of Cannonball, and that was a confirmed tornado. And in addition to that, the second report was at 2:29, again, 5 miles southeast of Fort Yates. And these are the only two storm reports I have right now. The other factor we've got, of course, are the tornado sirens. They are going off east of Bismarck. And again, Bismarck-Mandan not under the tornado warning. Check some things here. Okay, and new information here. Okay, so we actually do now have a flood advisory issued until 9 o'clock Central Time this evening. This does include Bismarck, a flood advisory. A lot of street flooding, perhaps curb-to-curb flooding, a possibility for a portion of south central North Dakota, including southwest Burleigh and northeastern Morton County. So the Bismarck-Mandan area flooding is a possibility because of the very, very heavy rain that is coming down. I witnessed flooding earlier here just coming into the station, so it's only getting more significant here. Again, flooding is a possibility. Let's see here. And just got a note from Heidi, meteorologist Heidi Rosas, saying that the sirens were going off in Bismarck, but they have since stopped. Again, tornado warning not in effect for Bismarck-Mandan, but we do have a flood advisory. And I'm going to see if I can get that up here. Okay, I'm not going to worry about that right now. Okay, so we'll let you go for now. I just want to let you know that Bismarck-Mandan does not have a tornado warning. We do for south central Burleigh County. for the time being, and that is going to continue until 3:45. Radar indicated, so not necessarily still confirmed. Manoken, get to your safe place, though. This is mostly rural south central Burley County until 3:45. But Manoken, toward the interstate here, you do have a tornado warning. Very heavy rain, flash flooding, a possibility, but right now it's just a flood advisory until 9 o'clock including the Bismarck-Mandan area. Flash flood warning farther toward the south. We'll be back with more information here. Make sure you stay with us.
You've been watching a live special report on NBC North Dakota News, your news leader.
Hey everybody, meteorologist Kevin Lawrence with you once again. Brand new tornado warning, confirmed tornado for south central Burley County. Before it was radar indicated, now we have confirmation at 3:30, again about 4 minutes ago, 4 minutes ago, a confirmed tornado was located over Manoken. Again, this is confirmed over Manoken. If you are in the Manoken area, seek shelter right now. Get to your safe place. This is 12 miles east of Bismarck, moving north at 20 miles per hour. This storm has had several tornadoes reported the past couple of hours. Again, we have a confirmed tornado warning. This is for south central Burley County until 4 o'clock Central Daylight Time. At 3:30, confirmed tornado was located over Manoken or 12 miles east of Bismarck, moving north at 20 miles per hour. At 3:30, again, about 4 minutes ago, 1 mile east of Manoken, there was a confirmed tornado from a storm chaser in Burley County, and this was just immediately to the east of Manoken. Again, really hard to detect on radar. Any kind of velocity signature. We'll put a motion on this here and see. Could very well be something pretty close to the radar anyway, just being a little bit to the west of Lincoln at the Bismarck Airport. But back to the radar again. Of most concern, this is not for Bismarck-Mandan, but for Manoken. You do have a tornado warning. There was a confirmed tornado 1 mile east of Manoken at 3:30. So again, south central Burley County and of course southern North Dakota until 4 o'clock Central Daylight Time. Tornado warning continues in effect. I'm going to expand the view here. And again, a wall of rain basically moving through the Bismarck-Mandan area. And a flash flood warning, not for Bismarck-Mandan. We have a flood advisory, but a flash flood warning over areas including the Missouri River Basin here in south central North Dakota until 8 o'clock this evening. Here's a live look from downtown Bismarck outside of our KFYR TV studio. We've had curb-to-curb flooding. It looks to be not quite as significant as it was about 10 minutes ago, but a lot of water, again, on many area streets in downtown Bismarck, downtown Mandan. Rain has been coming down very, very, very heavily. Keep that in mind. Remember, turn around, don't drown. Do not encounter flooded roads. And there you can see on 3rd Street somebody driving by and probably producing a bit of a wake as well, just simply because the rain is coming down very, very heavily. Flood advisory. Again, flood advisory including Bismarck-Mandan. That goes until 8 o'clock this evening, Central Daylight Time. And then we've got the tornado warning including Manoken with a confirmed tornado at 3:30, 1 mile to the east of Manoken. And the flash flooding potential is going to continue here. Weather Prediction Center issued this a few hours ago for the US 83 corridor, including portions of I-94 here from central Morton County all the way toward Kidder County, including Bismarck-Mandan, all the way up toward Minot, with the flash flooding potential remaining a risk here with 3 to 4 inches of rain in a 2 to 3 hour time period. Also, tornado watch, which means tornadoes are still a possibility really almost anywhere in central and eastern North Dakota for the next several hours. Here's a look from our Bismarck State College camera, BSC camera in Bismarck. Again, very heavy rain, reduced visibility, but the rain is beginning to let up a little bit as this batch is moving through. Let me zoom in here. And again, of most importance, looks like a new tornado warning now. I'm going to query that real quick here. This one is, again, radar indicated, again, till 4 o'clock, but this is a new warning here now to the northeast of Bismarck. It is for Burley County, though, but there is not a tornado warning for Bismarck nor for Mandan. But we do have a few different tornado warnings here, again, east of Bismarck right now, and we've got this brand new tornado warning. I'm going to get some information on this. At 3:36, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 6 miles northwest of Manoken, or 7 miles northeast of Bismarck, moving north at 20 miles per hour. Again, that was at 3:36. That was about 2 minutes ago. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado 6 miles northwest of Manoken, or 7 miles northeast of Bismarck, moving north at 20 miles per hour. Again, this is radar indicated, but earlier we had the confirmation around Manoken. And that was confirmed, a tornado just 1 mile east of Manoken here at 3:33. So we've got all these areas outlined in red. Those are different tornado warnings. Fortunately, not a more heavily populated center, more or less rural Burley County. But it doesn't matter if you're in those areas because it affects you. Seek shelter immediately. Get to your safe place because these are not just radar indicated. We've had a few radar indicated tornado warnings, but we've had confirmation. We've had a few different tornado warnings here, again, reported over the past couple of hours. I'm going to put a motion on this to show you the heavy rain lifting north of Bismarck, Mandan. Now the heaviest rain has ended for the capital city in Mandan. However, if you're toward the north, let's say Baldwin or north of Mandan, very heavy rain will continue pinwheeling about toward Washburn and Underwood over the next couple of hours. Okay, as far as any tornado warnings, we do not have any for Bismarck, Mandan, but we do have a couple of warnings to the east of Bismarck. Again, with this latest warning right here, I'm going to query that. Tornado warning until 4 o'clock Central Daylight Time. Hail perhaps under 3/4 of an inch in diameter, so severe hail is not expected. But tornado warning for south central Burley County, not Bismarck though, until 4 o'clock Central Daylight Time. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 6 miles northwest of Manoken, or 7 miles northeast of Bismarck, moving north at 20 miles per hour. And again, that was at 3:36, so about 4 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago. And this warning, again, until 4 o'clock Central Daylight Time. Stay tuned right here on KFYR TV and, of course, our social media channels as well, keeping you up to date on the latest. If you don't already have it, have our First to Warn a weather app. All the information is also going there as well. We'll be back as conditions warrants.
You've been watching a live special report on NBC North Dakota News, your news leader.
Once again, good afternoon, everybody. Meteorologist Kevin Lawrence with you here. Meteorologist Jacob Morris working behind the scenes as well, getting you the latest information here. We'll kind of go through it all here. Probably our last break-in as the threat is beginning to diminish somewhat. Again, we do not have a tornado warning for Bismarck, Mandan proper. The heavy rain has also ended, but we do have a couple of tornado warnings. Again, those outlined here in the red. We've got one till, really both of them until 4 o'clock here. But earlier, I think this tornado warning it's if not canceled earlier, will expire here in about 10 minutes. Again, that's the one that did produce a confirmed tornado 1 mile east of Manoken at 3:33. Let's go northeast of Bismarck here, and again, this tornado warning, again, this is east of Baldwin, this until 4 o'clock as well. This was radar indicated. I'm going to put a velocity on this and put a motion on that, and again, the different colors kind of swirling about here, again, indicating the potential, especially right there. You see a really tight couplet, actually very well defined here. I'm going to just do something here real quick. Turn those off. I just want to show you this right here. You see where the reds and the greens are coming together. Again, this is rural Burley County, but a very tight couplet here showing up on the radar. That, with the storm relative velocity, is suggesting we have a possible tornado. The circulation is definitely there. It doesn't necessarily mean there is a tornado, but there is a tornado warning, as it was radar indicated, not confirmed, but this is rural Burley County here. Again, you can really make out that tight circulation now that we're getting a little bit farther away from the radar at the Bismarck Airport. Again, just off 123rd Avenue Northeast and 119th Street Northeast in Burley County. That's where the tight circulation is here. So the other tornado warning, the threat has ended completely here. Manoken, you are no longer in a threat for a tornado. Weather Service might cancel this, I'm not sure, but it will expire here in 9 minutes. But this other one, they're probably going to extend farther north, east of Baldwin, because again, look at that circulation. You can really make it out clearly here. Let me just move this a little bit tighter in here. Again, this is rural Burley County here until 4 o'clock. You can really kind of make out rather easily the circulation couplet there. And even though I don't have a legend on here, but where those greens come together and the reds come together, that is a tight circulation, again, near the surface. Could be aloft, but near the surface, enough to prompt the National Weather Service to have a tornado warning, which has been issued, again, once again, by the National Weather Service. Right here, you can really make out, actually this latest scan just got more intense. Right here, you can kind of see those yellows and reds coupled with the green there. Again, a tight circulation. Go back to the radar, same perspective. And again, this is all northeast of Bismarck. So Bismarck, Mandan, we do not have a threat for tornadoes. I don't think we will the rest of the day or the evening. This is the main thing. A rather tight vortice or very tight circulation in the atmosphere, having moved over the Bismarck, Mandan area, producing this lift in the atmosphere, and again this spin as well, pretty high helicity values. And let's see here, new information. Okay, this is the new tornado warning, I think, right? This is a new one. Yeah, so we have another one. Okay, so we have a brand new one just queried here on the air. I'm going to get that right now. This includes a wing. Okay, so we're going to stay on the air here for a few more minutes. This is a new tornado warning. I'm going to go back to the query. And again, this is also obviously Burley County, but Wing, you do have an observed tornado warning. Let me read the statement here. Tornado warning for Northeast Burley County until 4:15 Central Daylight Time. At 3:52, about 2 minutes ago, a confirmed tornado was located 9 miles south of Wing, or 27 miles northeast of Bismarck. Again, 9 miles south of Wing, or 27 miles northeast of Bismarck, moving north at 15 miles per hour. This is a completely different tornado warning, indicating it is a different cell producing a tornado, not the same one that we had farther toward the west. So again, confirmed tornado at 3:52, 9 miles south of Wing. So it's south of Wing, confirmed tornado, or about 27 miles northeast of Bismarck, moving north at 15 miles per hour. And again, we've got that tornado warning continuing northeast of Bismarck to the east of Baldwin. Bismarck, Mandan, not under a threat for a tornado at this time, nor are we going to. I'm going to expand the view even more. Of course, we got the flash flood warning for areas over south central North Dakota. Flood advisory for the Bismarck, Mandan area. Curb flooding has subsided in downtown Bismarck, just outside of our KFYR TV studio, but there is a flood advisory for this time, which includes Bismarck, Mandan, until 9 o'clock Central Daylight Time. And again, there's that warning there. That's going to expire. And we got this brand new one here, including Wing. Seek shelter immediately if you are in Wing here in this portion of Burley County. Observed tornado 9 miles south of Wing. And this is more or less a social media graphic, but Jacob put this one together here. All the different reports. I know there's a lot of words on the screen, but we've had multiple tornadoes really up and down the Missouri River area in north central South Dakota, which began first around the Mobridge area. A report of an SUV with a trailer flipped over on Highway 12 and power lines were down from a tornado earlier this afternoon east of Mobridge. That was at 12:43 Central Daylight Time. Near Prairie Knights Casino, Storm Chaser reports a multiple vortex tornado. Again, that was at 1:08 Mountain Daylight Time, 2:08 Central Daylight Time. And there you can see more reports going all the way to just east of Bismarck. Bismarck, Mandan, once again, not under the threat for a tornado. The heavy rain has ended. We've actually got a new tornado warning. This is in South Dakota, though. I'm going to go ahead and just go to that real quick here. Again, a lot of spin in the atmosphere with this system moving through. This is for Campbell and McPherson counties here. That's this one here. Okay, yep. This is until 4:30 Central Daylight Time. This is also radar indicated near Eureka, South Dakota, moving north at 30 miles per hour. Technically out of our KFYR TV viewing area, but we want to let you know because this is going to eventually perhaps cross over into North Dakota. That is a possibility. Right now, though, that warning is just for South Dakota. And again, multiple tornado warnings here continue with this latest one here. And again, this one is for actually Burley, Kidder, and Sheridan County. So we've got another new tornado warning here. Excuse me, just one second. This information is coming off the printer quite fast here. So again, we have a whole bunch of tornado warnings. And this one here, thank you, Jacob, for that. This one for, again, I'm going to have to turn the query off and just do it manually because there are so many different tornado warnings. They're not all going to show up properly here. So again, this one right here in the center of your screen, I'm going to outline it right here because there's so many different tornado warnings here. This is for southeastern Sheridan County in south central North Dakota, northwestern Kidder County and northeast Burley County until 4:30 Central Daylight Time. At 3:55, a couple of minutes ago, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was 7 miles southwest of Tuttle or 35 miles northeast of Bismarck, moving northwest at 40 miles per hour. So these are really booking it along very quickly now with that complex of storms. I'll put a motion on that. And again, pinwheeling around this low pressure in the atmosphere, producing a lot of vorticity, producing a lot of spin in the atmosphere, and these tornado warnings, again, multiple tornado warnings to the northeast of Bismarck. And again, this latest one here with southeast Sheridan County, northwest Kidder County, and northeast Burley County until 4:30. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 7 miles southwest of Tuttle or 35 miles northeast of Bismarck, moving northwest at 40 miles per hour. And early...
The only confirmed one is the wing one.
The only confirmed tornado was around a wing. Manoken. Oh, the Regan one as well. Okay, so that was confirmed as well. So we do have a couple confirmations of these tornadoes. That's why the Weather Service is rapid fire issuing these tornado warnings, rightfully so, as they move off toward the northeast of Bismarck. Again, no tornado warning, no need to seek shelter in the Bismarck-Mandan area. All of this is lifting north of Bismarck, north of Mandan, technically northeast right now. But again, multiple tornado warnings because we've had multiple sightings of tornadoes. Some are radar indicated, but we've had confirmation that we have had tornadoes. In other words, contact with the ground, not just frontal clouds. Earlier, at 2:22, we had a tornado 4 miles east-southeast of Cannonball. That was indicated by Emmons County Storm Chaser. At 2:29, we had a tornado 5 miles southeast of Fort Yates. And again, that was from a Storm Chaser. And other reports, again, coming in here northeast of Burley County. And we got this one right here. At 3:42, 4 miles north of Driscoll, we have a confirmed tornado. That was from a Storm Chaser. And again, that Storm Chaser reported confirmation tornado, again, touching the ground, north of Driscoll at 3:42. Okay, we're going to go ahead and regroup here. I think our next break in here coming up shortly will be with meteorologist Jacob Morse. I'm going to get ready. We're going to have a complete, comprehensive newscast coming up in exactly 1 hour from right now here on KFYR TV. I'm going to get ready for that and check other sources and make sure that we've got all of our reports ready to go here. And we'll have Jacob take over and do a break in here momentarily. So stay with us. A lot more information yet to come.
You've been watching a live special report on NBC North Dakota News, your news leader.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm meteorologist Jacob Morris, breaking into programming, piggybacking off of Kevin's live reports from the past couple of hours. We now have 3 remaining tornado warnings. These are to the northeast of Bismarck. We are in the all clear in the capital city from tornadoes for the next couple of hours. However, there are still tornadic storms coming up from the southeast. So we're not in the all clear from tornado-producing storms for the entire day just yet, but we do want to focus on the other towns in our viewing area because there are a couple of tornadoes that are still confirmed. The one that you see to the east of Baldwin and including the town of Regan, that is a confirmed tornado, and the one that is over Wing, that was a confirmed tornado as well. And then the third warning just to the west of Tuttle, but that does also include Wing. Some overlapping warnings, but again, we have multiple confirmations of tornadoes on the ground. This was to the east of Baldwin, southeast of Baldwin. Storm Chaser reports a large tornado on the ground at 3:57 p.m. And then there was a report of a tornado to the north of Driscoll. That was at about 3:55 as well. So we've had several reports of tornadoes, and again, we want to keep you up to date with the latest radar information because these storms are moving quickly off to the north. The latest scans showing the circulation just to the east of Baldwin, around Wing, and just to the west of Tuttle. So we'll come back to these storms in just a minute, but new tornado warnings coming in our McIntosh, Emmons County area. This is around Zeeland. This is for the tornadic storm that is in far north central South Dakota, moving out of South Dakota and into the Zeeland area. So if you are in Zeeland, you do want to be in your tornado safe spot because this tornadic storm is moving in your direction. We're going to look inside the storm at the velocity mode and see if there's any rotation within that. I'm going to go back down to that storm, and yes, that is why the Weather Service has issued this tornado warning. And again, it goes from South Dakota into North Dakota pretty quickly here. So we do want to be in our tornado safe place in Zeeland. That's an interior room of your home, away from windows and at the lowest level. This tornado warning will continue for at least the next 60 minutes, next 20 minutes. That's how long this tornado warning goes for, until 4:30 p.m. This is a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado. Radar indicated rotation moving towards Zeeland. So this is not a confirmed tornado, but you do want to be in your tornado safe place. These, again, were confirmed a short while ago. The rotation was a little bit tighter. However, this is still fairly tight rotation. These reds and greens pretty close to one another to the southeast of Wilton. These storms aren't moving directly to the north. They're moving a little bit to the north-northwest. So Wilton, even though you're not in the tornado warning, I want you to be in your tornado safe place as well, because this could curve to the west. This circulation that I'm going to circle for you right here, that is where the tornado would be. So this tornado warning is for portions of central Burleigh County. Was confirmed at 4:05. We're now at 4:09, so the tornado might not still be on the ground. However, weather spotters did confirm this tornado 8 miles to the southeast of Wilton, and it's moving to the north at 25 miles per hour. Again, this was a confirmed tornado, so please take shelter if you're in Regan, even though I believe the tornadic circulation will go more so to the north or northwest. To the west of Regan. But you do not want to let your guard down if you are in a tornado warning. You do want to be in your tornado safe place just as a means of safest regards. In terms of the storm to the east that produced that brief tornado to the south of Wing, again, that was a confirmed tornado at one point. Now it is just radar indicated rotation, and it is weakened significantly, even though there's a little bit of remnant rotation there at cloud level. There's almost 3 specific couplets, what we call these indications of rotation at cloud level, being indicated on radar. And that's why all these tornado warnings are in place. So as these continue to shift to the north and northwest, you do want to remain in your tornado safe place if you're in those tornado warnings, and we will stay with you on air here, especially with some of these confirmed tornadoes. Let's zoom out here for a second. I want to go to the wider view on radar and show you that all of this activity has been moving pretty much from south to north. So we saw those tornadoes confirmed near Mobridge, near Cannonball, move up kind of the Missouri River corridor. There's a flash flood warning for areas along that Missouri River corridor because of the amount of rainfall that has occurred. But now the problem spot is to the north of Bismarck, where there's still that rotation at cloud level. So this is all associated with the same complex of storms. There's enough spin in the atmosphere to produce these tornadoes. There's that rotation not only at cloud level, but at the very lowest levels of the atmosphere, and that has allowed for these tornadoes to form. Even though there's not really any hail associated with these storms or damaging straight line winds, it's just enough spin-up rotation for these tornadoes to form. They're usually pretty brief, but we have seen a couple of reports of damage. Just looking downstream here, again, this has all been with this one complex of storms moving generally from south to north along the Missouri River, along the Highway 83 corridor. If this area of rotation maintains itself, it might not be producing continuous tornadoes all the way to the north, but don't let your guard down even as far north as Minot, because all of this activity is going to be moving in your direction. Even if you don't see a tornado close by, you're certainly going to be seeing heavy rain and some strikes of lightning. Right now, that activity is around Butte. But the immediate threat, the immediate danger, is in the Wilton wing area for these tornadic storms that are moving to the north-northwest. Looks like, I'm going to, again, go inside the storm here on velocity mode. The most concerning signal is to the southeast of Wilton. That's where we have the tightest couplet, where the reds and greens are coming together there. And that is indicating the winds blowing towards the radar site in Bismarck and away from the radar site in Bismarck. So that indicates that counterclockwise rotation within the storm at cloud level, and we have had a couple of reports of a tornado touching down with this storm. The previous one was 7 miles to the east-southeast of the center of Baldwin. That was at 3:57 p.m. Now we have a new report, 4:09 p.m., so just a few minutes ago, 6 miles to the southeast of Wilton. I can do a distance measurement here, 6 miles to the southeast. That's exactly where this couplet is. This rotation is showing up on radar. That was a report of a tornado by a storm chaser. So this is still a confirmed tornado to the southeast of Wilton. And that new tornado warning does include Wilton. So Wilton, you need to be in your tornado safe place, lowest level of the home, away from windows. Basement is preferred, but if you do not have one, be in a bathroom or an interior room, a closet, that works as well. So 6 miles to the southeast of Wilton, storm chaser, confirmation of a tornado, and that is moving to the north-northwest at 25 miles per hour. Again, this is this concerning signature on radar showing that rotation at cloud level. I want to go in to kind of the street view here, even though radar data can lag behind a couple of minutes. So this might be to the north a couple of miles compared to what it's showing up right now on your screen. But just to the south of Highway 36, to the west of Highway 83. Again, we are just to the southeast of Wilton, around 279th Avenue Northeast is where the tightest circulation is showing up. And again, that's indicating where that rotation is at cloud level, but we have had weather spotters and storm chasers confirm that this is a tornado on the ground as of 4:09 p.m. And sometimes these tornadoes can be pretty cyclical, meaning they can touch down on the ground, lift, and then touch down shortly thereafter. So it might not be a continuous path of a tornado on the ground. However, this circulation has had a history of being very tight, with very strong winds moving in different directions in a counterclockwise fashion, and that has kind of shown up to the south. As you see this loop go back to the east of Baldwin, and now it's moving to the north. And again, there's that slight jog to the west. So this might pass to the east of the center of Wilton, but you do not want to let your guard down in Wilton. You are in that tornado warning. You need to be in your tornado safe spot. The other warnings that we have right now, this one, that is in the Regan area, that will be allowed to expire because, again, the concerning couplet, the concerning rotation is to the southeast of Wilton and moving to the northeast. This warning that is around the wing area, that still has some rotation at cloud level. There's actually a couple of areas of circulation that are concerning there, and that is a confirmed tornado as well. So we're going to go back and look at the data in here. So at 4:01, a tornado was reported north of Arena. And again, this is to the north of Wing. We are to the north of Highway 36, around Highway 14. The signature on radar is not quite as tight here. However, it's to the north of Wing. So Wing, you're in the all clear for now. But if you're around the Highway 14 area, north of Highway 36, you do want to be in your tornado safe spot. Again, this is a confirmed tornado as of 4:01, and that was near Arena, North Dakota, which is just to the east of Wing. Here's that location plotted for you to give you some bearings. Damaging tornado, weather spotters, confirmed tornado at 4:01 just to the north of Arena. So this was a little bit ago, about 17 minutes ago, that was a confirmed tornado. So it might have lifted, because if I go back kind of hour by hour on the velocity product, do you see right there where the velocity couplet was a lot tighter? The reds and the greens were brighter. That's indicating where that tornado touched down, east of Wing, near Arena. Now the rotation is not as strong. However, there are still those reds and greens close to one another. That's why the tornado warning still remains in place. So again, Wing, Arena, no longer looking at the tornado threat from this storm, but you do want to remain in your safe place if you are downstream, if you're to the north of this, because again, had the history of producing the tornado near Arena, which is just to the east of Wing. This signature in this supercell near Wilton has thankfully broadened just a little bit. However, again, we had that confirmed tornado to the 6 miles to the southeast of Wilton not too long ago. So there's still some rotation up at cloud level that could produce a tornado at any moment. So you do not want to let your guard down in Wilton. You still want to be in your tornado safe spot. Again, these are the two areas of concern, right, to the east of Wilton and to the north of Wing. And these are moving to the north and northwest. So areas north of Highway 36 now are under threat of a possible tornado moving in your direction, specifically the areas that I've circled and highlighted and kind of put a rough projection of where they are headed. We still have that tornado warning farther down to the south that is coming out of South Dakota. That couplet is rather tight. This is to the east of Zeeland and moving to the north at a pretty good clip. These storms are moving at about 40 or 45 miles per hour, so they're not over one spot for that long. These tornadoes are relatively brief, but they can do some damage. We've already had reports of damage around Cannonball and near Mobridge from tornado touchdowns. So this couplet, or this signature of rotation at cloud level, has remained tight as it's come out of north central South Dakota and moved into the Zeeland area. This is in McIntosh County, east of Zeeland, but you do want to remain in your safe spot in Zeeland just as a means of the safest regards. This is going to be moving close to and over Highway 11 pretty soon. We're east of Hague. This is going to be northeast of Zeeland pretty quickly and moving off to the north. So down the line, this will come up to the north and probably go to the west of Wishick if it holds together. Be around the Highway 13, Highway 3 intersection. So again, we're tracking pretty much 3 areas of concern right now. I know there's 4 tornado warnings or 4 red boxes on your screen, but the second one here to the southeast of Wilton is one that was issued earlier, and the main threat is now in that tornado warning over Wilton and to the north. So still a flash flood warning for areas to the south of Bismarck along the Missouri River for the amount of rainfall that has occurred. Still that flood advisory for the immediate Bismarck-Mandan area and surrounding areas. We have a new flood advisory for Baldwin, Wilton, Washburn, Underwood, and up towards Russo, just because of, again, the amount of rainfall that has occurred. I'm going to go back to the broad view of radar just to show you everything that is happening. There's a new severe thunderstorm warning for the Butte area, just to the east of Vilva, around Karlsruhe. This storm is producing some hail. We haven't seen hail with the tornadic storms. You don't necessarily need both to occur at the same time, but we are seeing hail with this storm moving towards Karlsruhe, and this is also producing frequent lightning. That storm could have hail up to quarter size. So severe thunderstorm warning there, but the reason we're on the air is for these tornado warnings. The one over Wilton is now radar indicated. That's good news. That is not confirmed anymore. So that was adjusted at 412. So now it's a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado. It was located 5 miles southeast of Wilton. Now I would say it's due east of Wilton. If we go back to the velocity product, you can see that rotation now moving northeast of Wilton. So good news that the rotation itself, which is again a pretty small couplet, or that small area of reds and greens coming together, that passed to the east of Wilton. So even if a tornado were to have touched down, it probably would not have gone through the center of Wilton. But again, we did have reports of a tornado touching down 5 miles to the southeast of Wilton. This couplet, or the rotation at cloud level, is still fairly tight, so that's why the tornado warning remains in place until 4:45. It's moving to the north at 35 miles per hour, and right now it's around 370th Avenue Northeast, to the northeast of Wilton. So that tornado warning includes Wilton and areas to the east of Washburn, kind of going right along the Highway 41 corridor if it's going to continue to move off to the north. So again, even though we don't have confirmation that it's a tornado on the ground anymore, it could produce one at any point just because of that tight rotation at cloud level moving north. That we're to the east of Wilton, it's moving to the north, kind of along Highway 41. Some other reports that we got. Again, we had that tornado confirmation near Arena, which is just to the east of Wing. I'm going to go back over to that cell because that was tight rotation earlier. Now the rotation has broadened a little bit, but the tornado warning remains in place. It gets just for radar indicated rotation, no longer a confirmed tornado. But if I back this up to right there and zoom in, that's where we had that confirmed tornado around Arena. Now, again, we're going to go back to real time, and you can see how it's a little messier now. We can't pinpoint exactly where we have bright reds and bright greens right next to one another to indicate where that tornado would be. So that threat is diminishing right now. However, these cells are somewhat isolated. And when we have these two isolated cells to the north of Wing, they're kind of like mini supercells. They can produce another tornado at any point. So you still want to be watching this closely. If you're in the path of this, as it continues to move to the north-northwest, that would be around McCluskey. And again, this tornado warning around Wilton is no longer for an observed tornado. It's for a radar-indicated tornado. It was observed to the southeast of Wilton at 4:09 p.m. Now, this storm will continue to move to the north. And again, this one has had a little bit of that hook or signature on this normal radar product that would suggest that it has been producing tornadoes. And it certainly has. We've seen a lot of tornado reports today. I'm going to remove this data and just zoom out and show you all the tornado reports we have received today. It's kind of gone right up along the Missouri River. This was all from one supercell that produced pretty much cyclical tornadoes. It touched down, then went back up into the clouds, tornado touchdown, went back up. And that happened multiple times as it went from Mobridge through Cannonball, and then just to the east of Bismarck near Manoken, and now it's near and just to the east of Wilton. We had those secondary supercells that formed farther to the east of Bismarck, just west of Steele, and are now moving around and to the north of the Wing area. So we're going to have a long evening kind of compiling all of these reports after the fact, but we want to give you the most up-to-date information as it's happening right now so that you can seek shelter. That's why we are, again, on the air. We have a new tornado warning. This includes Wishick. This is for that southern cell that is separate from the main line of storms that had been producing tornadoes along the Missouri River. This is another individual or isolated cell, and that can be more concerning because it can tap into more rotation or energy or shear for the storms to produce tornadoes. So right along Highway 11, northeast of Zeeland, is where this tornado would be. This tornado warning continues until 5 o'clock. Radar indicated rotation, so we don't have any weather spotters or storm chasers reporting that this is on the ground, but this is certainly a tight enough couplet or a strong enough signature. The reds and greens are bright enough for the Weather Service to issue this tornado warning. And this tornado warning continues until 5 o'clock. The signature that could be capable of producing a tornado is moving north at 40 miles per hour. So Wishick, you need to be in your tornado safe spot. And areas along Highway 13, kind of in the junction of Highway 13 and Highway 3. That would be the general direction that this would be moving in. But again, Wishick, you're in the polygon, the tornado warning polygon. You need to be in your safe spot. This threat is now moving to the northeast of Zeeland. I'm going to go back to normal radar product again into the northern cells. Again, we're to the north of Bismarck. It's no longer raining in Bismarck-Mandan. However, there's a lot more activity coming up from the south. So more cells are forming in the Eureka area in South Dakota, moving into Linton. The tornadic cell is moving around Zeeland and to the west of Wishick, but all of this activity has to come to the north-northwest. So nowhere really is out of the woods yet. We still have a tornado watch in place for until 9 p.m., I believe. So still a long ways to go in terms of seeing possibly more tornadoes. I want to just recap here. Seeing a little bit more rotation pop back up northeast of Wilton. We'll go back inside. Yeah, this is what I was highlighting earlier. This tight rotation to the northeast of Wilton, moving to the north and possibly just to the northwest. But that is a little bit more concerning once again because it is tightened up. So those colors have become a little bit brighter, and we can see that rotation at cloud level. It remains a radar indicated tornado, meaning that we can see it at cloud level with the radar, but we do not have confirmation that is on the ground anymore. However, there was confirmation of it touching down southeast of Wilton, even east of Baldwin. So this has a history of producing tornadoes, and the rotation remains at cloud level, and it's remained there for quite some time. It'll continue to move up to the north. It kind of had a north-northwest jog before, but now that it has tightened, it's moving more due north, maybe staying just to the east of Highway 41. We're still in Burley County, I believe, here. So we want to, again, remain aware of the threat here. You want to be in your tornado safe spot, interior room of your house, away from windows at the lowest level. Wilton, the threat of the tornado has passed to your northeast now, so no threat of a tornado from this cell anymore. The National Weather Service is kind of trimming off the excess from the tornado warnings, and we just have these two warnings in place now for the kind of Burley, Sheridan, McLean County areas for these two signatures on radar that are suggesting that we could have a tornado. There's no more confirmation right now of tornadoes on the ground, but we've had multiple confirmations of tornadoes from these storms farther down to the south. So you still want to stay tuned. You want to keep your guard up because these could produce a tornado at any point. Do not want to forget about this southern warning, which is in parts of McIntosh and Logan counties. Wishick is included in the warning. This would be where the tornado is, to the northeast of Zeeland, southwest of Wishick, moving to the north. That rotation still pretty tight, even though we haven't had a weather spotter or a storm chaser report anything just yet. Again, we're on the air because we have 3 tornado warnings in our viewing area, and one of them is now confirmed. Just got this report in. Damaging tornado, weather spotters confirm tornado located 10 miles southwest of Goodrich. So this is with this eastern cell, 10 miles southwest of Goodrich, moving north at 35 miles per hour. So that's exactly where this couplet is right along Highway 14, moving to the north at 35 miles per hour. So Denhoff, McCluskey, even Goodrich, just to be safe, be in your tornado safe place, because we have a confirmed tornado. Weather spotters confirmed this tornado at 4:29 p.m., just a few minutes ago. 10 miles southwest of Goodrich, moving north at 35 miles per hour. So that would put Denhoff in the line of the tornado if it remains on the ground. So you want to be in your tornado safe place, which is an interior room away from windows at the lowest level. If you have a basement, that's the best bet. If you do not, then a bathroom or a closet without windows, again, would be your next best bet. So this is a confirmed tornado, again, right along Highway 14, south of Denhoff, southwest of Goodrich, moving to the north. And zooming in here, we are in southeastern Sheridan County. We've crossed over from Burley to Sheridan County here with this specific tornado. And that's moving up along Highway 14 towards Denhoff. Again, weather spotters confirmed this tornado at 4:29 p.m. The other tornado warning is just to the north of Wilton. This one might be allowed to expire because the rotation has broadened and is not quite as tight as before. However, this tornado warning itself continues until, let's see, sorry, just pulling up some information, continues until 4:45. So we still want to be in our tornado safe place, if we're in this section of the warning. I want to zoom out one more time to show you the broad picture. We have 3 tornado warnings in place right now, one of which is confirmed. So there's a confirmed tornado on the ground south of Denhoff, specifically 12 miles south of Denhoff, multi-vortex tornado. The other 2 warnings that we have in place, the one west of Ashley and the one north of Wilton, are radar indicated. So that means there's enough rotation at cloud level for the Weather Service to issue a tornado warning. Weather spotters have not confirmed it just yet, but however, anytime you are under a tornado warning polygon, you need to be in your tornado safe spot. You want to be away from windows and at the lowest level of your home. But the one that's most concerning is, of course, the one that is observed, the one that has been confirmed by weather spotters, multi-vortex tornado, meaning that there's multiple circulations on the ground. And this is to the southwest of Goodrich, southeast of McCluskey, south of Denhoff. Moving to the north, so McCluskey and Denhoff especially, you need to be in your tornado safe spot. If you know anyone in McCluskey or Denhoff, give them a call, let them know that this is a tornado warning that especially needs to be taken seriously, because this is a confirmed tornado. And this is in Sheridan County, and this is an isolated supercell. So once again, sometimes with the cells that are by themselves, they can acquire more spin. However, there's a lot of spin in the atmosphere today. That's why even though we're in mid-September, we're seeing multiple tornadoes. There's what we call a convective vortex, and that's a small-scale feature in the atmosphere that is producing enough spin in the lowest level to produce several tornadoes across south-central North Dakota. So the most concerning one is right here in Sheridan County, confirmed tornado as of 4:29 p.m. Sometimes these tornadoes are brief, and that's what we've been seeing today. They've touched down, lifted, touched down again. So at any point, if you're in the tornado warning polygon, you could see a tornado touch down. That's why sometimes they're radar indicated, and you still need to be in your tornado safe spot. Just, again, to be safe. I want to zoom out and show you the fact that there's no threat for tornadoes right now in Bismarck or New Salem or Steele, anywhere along I-94 in central North Dakota. The tornado threat is to the north of Bismarck. We have the radar indicated tornado warning for areas north of Wilton and east of Washburn, and the confirmed tornado for the Denhoff and McCluskey areas. And then we still have more storms that are forming to the south, and these are coming out of South Dakota around Eureka and moving into Logan and McIntosh counties. So Wishick is under this tornado warning. It's a radar indicated threat, but again, we need to treat it like it could produce a tornado at any point because of the amount of spin in the atmosphere today, and we'll continue to follow that one closely. But I want to remain on the air here just because we've had numerous confirmed tornadoes. And anytime that's the case, there's obviously an immediate threat of something possibly actually happening when the tornado is still on the ground. So inside the storm, you can see that tight rotation, that tight couplet. Again, this is the confirmed tornado south of Denhoff, southeast of McCluskey, southwest of Goodrich. The tornado was confirmed to be on the ground 12 miles south of Denhoff. So that's off the screen there. Now we're a little bit later on. We're about 8 minutes past the time when the storm chaser saw the tornado on the ground. I would say that this is still tight enough rotation for a tornado to be occurring along Highway 14, moving pretty much due north towards Denhoff. So Denhoff, please be in your tornado safe spot. Again, confirmed tornado 12 miles south of Denhoff at 4:30 p.m. Now it's 4:38, but this is still tight rotation that radar is detecting moving to the north. The tornado warning continues until for 20 more minutes until 5 o'clock. And at 5 o'clock, Kevin will be with you on the air with our full newscast. But I want to remain here just because of the confirmed tornado information that we're getting south of Denhoff, again, moving to the northeast. I'm going to put that motion on it. You can see how it really tightened up there over the past few minutes. So nothing terribly notable here at 4:25, but then we play it forward to about 4:30 when we had that confirmed tornado report south of Denhoff. And now, if we go to the current time, we still have that tight rotation. So that's still that concerning signature that this could still be producing a tornado as it moves to the north. Again, I want to regroup, go back to the wide view so we can see all of what's happening here. A lot of action in central North Dakota with a couple of clusters of storms moving through. We even have some thunderstorms forming now over Jamestown. They are not severe at the current moment, but the first complex of storms is producing possibly some hail around the Karlsruhe area to the north of Butte. Rain is moving into Minot right now, but the immediate threat is with the tornado warnings in portions of McLean County and Sheridan County, moving north of Burley County now, as these kind of two supercells that have a history of producing tornadoes continue to move to the north-northwest. And then the third area of concern is right here in Logan and McIntosh counties. Radar indicated rotation could be producing a tornado. This is to the northeast of Zeeland and to the southwest of Wishick over northwestern McIntosh County. And that could have a little bit of hail in it as well, just based on the radar returns. I want to go back to the northern storms, though, that have that confirmed tornado south of Denhoff. The velocity couplet, which is basically meteorology speak for a really tight signature, for strong rotation at cloud level that the radar is detecting, that has remained. So greens are winds going towards the radar inside the storm, reds away, and that is still a concerning signature for the fact that a tornado could be still on the ground. Getting some new information in here now. Again, Denhoff, McCluskey, certainly want to be in your tornado safe spot right now. Okay, good news. We just got in an update for this tornado warning. And I'm referring to the one that is over Turtle Lake and Pickardville right now. That one is radar indicated, and that continues until 5:15. So I'm going to go back to regular radar mode, so you can see where the heaviest rain is. Yep, okay. So 5:15, this tornado warning continues until. Radar indicated for southeastern McLean County, and this is for southwestern Sheridan County. So we have two areas of rotation that I'm closely monitoring here. The warning that's over Denhoff, that is still confirmed as of the verbiage in the warning, because that rotation remains very, very tight. So Denhoff, you still need to be in your tornado safe spot. Anywhere really in between McCluskey and Denhoff, you want to be sheltered as well, because that's possibly where that couplet or rotation aloft is going to pass over. The rotation that has developed that has led to this secondary tornado warning, that is moving to the north-northwest, kind of highlighting it here for you. Dissecting the radar data can be a little bit complicated, but you can see where there's those reds and greens coming together, indicating some rotation at cloud level. So we want to go back to the Denhoff one, because again, that's the one that's most concerning. Large wedge tornado and a brief small rope tornado south of Denhoff by just 5 miles. So we've had now two separate reports of tornadoes on the ground south of Denhoff. We had one 12 miles south of Denhoff at 4:30, 5 miles south of Denhoff at 4:40. So this tornado has probably been on the ground for 10 or 15 minutes now. And it, as of the latest Storm Chaser report, it remains on the ground 5 miles south of Denhoff. Large tornado remains ongoing. And it is moving to the north-northwest, towards Denhoff, or maybe just to the west. But certainly you're still under the tornado warning in Denhoff. You're still under the tornado warning in McCluskey. You need to be in an interior room away from windows at the lowest level. And what the Weather Service did is they upgraded the tornado warning to a particularly dangerous situation. What that means is that it is a confirmed large tornado, and there's a population center kind of nearby. So this is that tornado warning. Continues until 5:15. Includes Denhoff specifically, but also McCluskey. So the, again, wording within the tornado warning is a large and dangerous tornado was located 7 miles west of Goodrich. Right there, yep, lines up with the radar data. Moving north at 30 miles per hour. So again, this is a confirmed large tornado, and we can see that on the velocity product on radar with the rotation at cloud level. And there's the latest radar scan. We get those updates every couple of minutes. It is very, very close to Denhoff. Again, center of Denhoff, right here. Tornado, be right around there. So this has probably been on the ground for 10 or 15 minutes. It might have lifted briefly, but we, again, saw multiple confirmations of this tornado as it tracked pretty much right up along Highway 14. Had a little bit of a westerly jog, but moving pretty much straight to the north along Highway 14 in Sheridan County here, with that tight rotation. We had a tornado report 12 miles south of Denhoff, and at 4:40, tornado report 5 miles south of Denhoff, large wedge tornado. So that's the greatest concern in our viewing area right now, is that confirmed tornado right around Denhoff. Certainly if you know anyone in Denhoff, make sure that they're okay, make sure that they are still in their tornado safe spot, away from windows, lowest level of their building. Basement would be preferred. Still have a couple other tornado warnings I want to reiterate. This one that is now north of Wilton, around Turtle Lake and Pickardville, that tornado warning is radar indicated. So there's kind of two tiers of tornado warnings. Radar indicated means that no one's seen it on the ground. Confirmed means that weather spotters or storm chasers have seen it on the ground. So radar indicated tornado south of Turtle Lake, south of Mercer, moving north. And then the third tornado warning is southwest of Wishick. There's some kind of bad radar data getting in there. That's why you see those kind of yellow-orange colors. That's, again, radar indicated tornado, and that continues until 5 o'clock. But the, again, greatest concern is this very, very tight circulation right around Denhoff, been producing confirmed tornadoes, or at least one long track confirmed tornado as it's approached Denhoff. And again, that circulation that would indicate that tornado could still be on the ground is right over Denhoff right now. I want to go to regular velocity or regular radar product here and show you why these kind of are occurring. We have two separate supercells. The one that is producing the confirmed tornado had even a little bit of a hook there for a second. There was that brief moment even where we had some indications of a tornado on the main radar product, which is pretty impressive. And that was just a few minutes ago. Now, again, right over or just to the west of Denhoff, confirmed tornado. And then we have the other cells that are moving to the north of Wilton over Turtle Lake. And we have that third tornado warning just to the southwest of Wishick. As the threat goes over and just to the west of Denhoff, we're going to wrap up the cut-in here that I've been doing. Kevin is going to be live with you at 5 o'clock on First News at 5 to give you the latest updates. But remaining our tornado safe spot in Denhoff, we have those other tornado warnings that are also in place. We will keep you updated on air and online as these tornadoes continue to occur. The tornado watch continues until 9 p.m. this evening for Central North Dakota. Stay safe, everyone.
You've been watching a live special report on NBC North Dakota News, your news leader.